Oh, this looks very similar.
A few trees grow around the base of the mountain. Big, immovable lumps of stone, otherwise known as boulders.
I would call them rocks, but that's just me.
A few trees grow around the base of the mountain. The winding path leads steeply up the mountain. It is difficult to see your house from here. If you want a better vantage point, take a hike back where you came from. If you want a little levitation might be easy for some, but care and realization saves a stitch in your tum.
Alright, so I've held off for long enough, but now I realize I need to draw a map. Everything upstairs is identical, apart from one additional screen leading to the wizard's place with the eagle. But now that we're down here, I assume that things are going to be different. So, let me get some paper. Okay, I have paper. I have 2 houses drawn on the paper. Let's do this. Also, Gwydion, thank you for following the path. Thank you for not taking the most direct route. Oh, once again, that looks so similar to the original.
These two are certainly unsavory rogues. They look like they'd rob you blind.
Right down to the rogues. That musical sting at the start was identical to the EGA version, and it was in the earlier games as well. I'm kind of impressed. Oh, we don't get a warning this time. Problem. Are they always going to turn up?
The many beautiful trees and bushes bring a sense of peace to this forest. Large rocks are common near mountains. The lone mountain rises from the forest to a cloud-encircled peak. The path is well trodden, and the soft grass soothes your aching feet. Manannan's Mountain sits to the north, a mound of overrated sediment. A little cottage lies to the south as you stand between the desert and the port town.
That's very similar to the layouts of the first game. Damn it. I'll look at the rogues later. The Three Bears house.
In the distance, Manannan's Mountain mars the horizon. A cottage sits near the southern edge of Llewdor. It is fronted by a picket fence and well-tended garden. This quaint little cottage is home to the bears.
That's one way of getting around it.
Garden, you think? The residents must take great care of it. Dew has formed on the petals from the night before.
Can I take the dew?
You take a handful of fertile soil from the garden.
That's different. We have soil.
You're carrying a handful of fertile soil from the bear family's garden. The soil would just stain your hands. You left your green thumbs at home. You left your... A cottage sits near the... Some large rocks lay near the house and garden. A cottage sits near the A white picket fence borders the southern edge of Llewdor.
I'm sorry, southern edge of Llewdor? No, it's got to be larger than that, surely. I can't go south here. Okay. Can I knock on the door?
There is no answer.
Can I break in? I'll take that as a yes. Once again, the music is very similar.
You are in the charming, cozy home of the Three Bears. Homely bunch, aren't they? Cheery flames crackle in the fireplace. The bears must feel the cold. Homely bunch, you are in the homely. Outside, you see the forest. The medium-sized chair looks soft and comfortable. The cute little chair looks sturdily built. The wooden chair is very large and solidly built. There are bowls of porridge on the table, a far cry from the fish, honey, and berries you were expecting.
Alright, we gotta do it.
You taste the porridge and decide that this bowl of porridge is too hot. You taste the porridge and decide that this bowl of porridge is too cold. Just right. So you take it with you.
Oh my god, the amount of theft we get up to in this game is ridiculous.
The warm porridge is in a pretty blue ceramic bowl. Its aroma wafts up to and tantalizes your nose. You don't feel like sitting down and taking a bite. Maybe later.
Nah, we're gonna poison that thing, dude. The chairs. Can I vandalize the chairs?
You sink too deeply in the overstuffed chair. This chair is much too soft. You feel very small and uncomfortable in this big chair. This chair is much too hard. This chair feels just right. There is only a splintered pile of wood that was once a small chair. You warm your hands by the fire. You should be very particular about what you touch in here.
I think it's way too late for that, dude.
You are in the cheery flames.
If I go outside and inside, has the chair recovered? It has not. Okay, let me load that. I'm happy to perform acts of theft, but I'm not happy to perform acts of vandalism.
You are in the Bear family's cozy bedroom. 3 beds share with a chest of drawers. You sincerely hope that head isn't real. After all, what species would hunt its own? It would make an awkward disguise. Feels cozy. Feels. You are in the... A dresser sits in the corner of the room. You are in the... You are... A dress...
Okay, is the thimble in here?
You closely examine the contents of the drawer.
That's a yes.
A small green bottle rests in the bottom of the drawer. A small blue bottle rests in the bottom of the drawer. You can see a very ornate pincushion in the bottom of the drawer. Something tells you it belongs to Mama Bear. There is a little silver sewing thimble here. There is a spool of black thread in the drawer.
How much can I take?
Your clothes may be in need of repair, but you hardly have the time to worry about such things. You pick up the thimble. You can't use that. Your clothes may... As handy as a small bottle may be in other games, you see no use for it in this one.
It's a healing potion, dude. Pick it up.
As handy... There...
Alright, so let's snooze in here and see if we can get ourselves murdered.
This bed looks just the right size for you. This is a big, old bed. It must be Papa Bear's. This looks like a nice, soft bed. Maybe it's Mama Bear's. You flop onto the biggest bed. This bed is much too hard. You jump onto the medium-sized bed and sink deep into its fluffy depths. This bed is much too soft. You lie upon the smallest bed and snuggle down into the pillow. This bed is just right. You've fallen asleep.
You're making me yawn, narrator. Oh dear.
Oh no, Papa Bear has found you sleeping in Baby Bear's bed. You're in for it now.
Once again, illegal in most countries.
Keep out of our house, human.
That accent, though.
Scram!
It would...
Scram!
Alright, so let's try and stay on side with those dudes. I don't think there's any reason to sleep in the bed, other than getting that little comedic scene. Okay, I can't go south here. Let's try going right. We're at the coast.
The forest grass gives way to a coarser coastal green. One of the trees has a light green plant growing on it. Closer inspection reveals it as mistletoe. The mistletoe hangs from the branches of the tree. There are few dried sprigs mingled with the green mistletoe.
I just realized I did not pick up the dew. I'll go back for that right now.
You search among the hanging mistletoe until you find a sprig that has dried. You break it off and carry it with you.
When is the time going to turn yellow? Oh no.
The lady of the house is tending the garden.
Hello. Sorry.
Stay away, human! Stay away, human!
Mama Bear growls at you as you near the flower bed. Better stay away from it. And her. Oh dear, you have annoyed Mama Bear by trampling her precious flowers. Oh dear.
I'm surprised there's no sound effect with that. Let me load because I don't want to RNG you and get on your bad side. But I need to use the thimble on the flowers, I believe, to grab the dew. And that's what we had to do the first time. But in addition to this, we are also getting some soil out of here.
The little thimble is fashioned of bright, gleaming silver.
Let's use you.
Holding the silver thimble beneath a dew-filled flower, you gently tip the flower so its dew runs into the thimble. You move from flower to flower, repeating the process until your thimble is brimming with dew. The dew sparkles within the little silver thimble.
Okay, let's grab that.
You search among the dried sprig of mistletoe is a thick grayish green with remnants of little berries still attached. It is not a pretty plant. There's nobody around whom you feel like kissing.
Fair.
You're standing on a bluff overlooking the ocean. There's a village to the north. Offshore elements have affected the tree's growth. The trees are smaller nearer the coast. A pier extends from the village out into the bay. It is built of heavy timbers to withstand the storms. You're standing on the...
Can I not go south here? Is this really the bottom of the map? Surely not.
Watch your step.
I love the way the screen shakes right at the very end there. I assume that if I can get down to the beach, I can go south there. Are we at the town? We are general store, tavern. Okay, what was this thing? I couldn't determine what it was on the EGA version. What is it?
A discarded fishing net lies on the ground. It has been here so long that grass has begun to grow over it.
Their interpretation is that it's a fishing net, covered in grass.
Leave the fishing to those in the know. It's a massive anchor. Perhaps it got left behind. The store sits on the south side of the pier. The store. You peer into the window, but cannot make out the dim interior. Waves lap gently against the pilings. A sign above the store reads, General Store. You can see more town buildings further to the north. The trees are smaller than those further inland. You can see more town buildings further to the north. You peer into the window, but cannot make out the dim interior. The tavern rests on the north side of the pier. You peer into the seagull feasts on its latest lunch.
Oh, can we grab that?
Catch of the day's reject.
We totally can.
The fish must have been on dry land for a considerable amount of time already, as its aroma is less than desirable.
Interesting. Alright, just updating my map here. I think I'll hold off going into the shops until I've got the coin purse.
The pier.
Let's go right first out to the ocean. Once again, that is so similar.
The port town extends an offer to passing ships. A weathered dock leads into the ocean. I'm
looking at the ladder, dude.
A charming village sits atop a bluff overlooking the ocean. The trees flourish near the shore, a sign of nature's persistence.
Okay, how many screens for the dock? Is it 3 again? It looks like it. Gwydion? Thank you. I can't get to the screen on the left with the mistletoe. Dang.
The ocean surface shimmers in the sunlight. You take in the scenery.
Yeah, this place is actually pretty dang gorgeous.
The rocks form an obtrusive obstacle. The sandy stretch continues along the coastline.
There's got to be something here.
An offshore breeze travels up the cliff face, causing this solitary palm tree to sway in the updraft.
There has to be something here.
You can't climb the rocks. You forgot your bucket and spade. Ah well, next time.
Let's do a cut there.
There is an easier way to reach the top of the cliff that doesn't involve climbing trees on your part. You can't scale them, and there's an easier way regardless.
I refuse to believe there's nothing on this screen. I know for a lot of... Apologies. I know for a lot of the King's Quest games...
Being raised on a mountain didn't leave much time for learning to swim.
Oh, okay. That is very important context. Let me just grab the fish again. I want to see what that message said. I apologize for missing it. We have a coastal area here. It's strange that we can approach it from the north. Like if this was connected on the west side here, I would think, yeah, okay, it's just another screen where there's nothing here. But this is a dead end of its own, so I'm thinking there's something here.
Be careful, the water gets deep quickly.
Gwydion doesn't know how to swim. That's actually a very clever change. Oh, we've been here. Can I go further north?
The stream ends its journey here. It's big and blue. A stream cuts through this grass-bordered beach. These trees have adapted to their saline habitat. Large rocks sit sunken in the sand.
Okay, let's do it. Don't ask me how I know this.
Try a little further out. This water is too brackish. Try. You scoop up a cupful of ocean water. The metal cup has ocean water in it.
Can I drink it now?
The mere thought of drinking salty ocean water is already enough to turn your stomach.
I'll take that as a no.
That would leave you with severe food poisoning. The fish must have been...
Can I go further north? Oh god. Alright, so I need to redo my map because I put some banana sling at the very top. So I'm going to have to loop it all the way around. If I go up, can I go up again, or is that a dead end? Hopefully I've got a square map this time around.
You take in the scenery. A multitude of massive minerals. Like a great blue barrier, the ocean obstructs you. Cliffs section off this stretch of beach. A multitude. You take in healthy vegetation grows close along the shoreline. A multitude. You couldn't lift them. And why are you trying? Unmovable, as they are unmissable. You'd take to it better after a few swimming lessons. You forgot your bucket and spade. You forgot...
Okay, let's go west. Spider Cave.
This is a pleasant area, marred only by a dark opening in the hillside. A huge spider web covers the entrance. That's the largest web you've ever seen. You shudder to think of what spun it. Nice tree. That's nice, but not necessary. Nice. This is a pleasant. A stream gurgles past the cave as it winds its way to the sea. You'd need more water than that to clean yourself. This is a pleasant. That's the law.
Alright, I'll get myself murdered there later. Let me just test this. I'm going south. Unknown area. If I go right, that should take me to the town. Direction it takes me to the stream. And then if I go down from there, that takes me into the pier. So if I go down from here, that should take me to the town. Oh, that's... I'm checking my map. One sec. Yeah, I think I've royally screwed up my map. Let me just check this. So if I go here... I need to do another draft of my map because it looks awful. So we got the, I'll call it the stream. We go left here. That takes me to the spider cave. We go down. That takes us here. That takes us to the stream. Yeah, it looks like this might be an in-between screen. Can I go right here? I can, nice. We do not have a perfectly square map.
Boxes have been stacked along the side wall.
Alright, so that's mildly concerning.
Once the pride of the town, the library is now a forgotten shell.
Hopefully there's no librarian in there.
In the wake of the Wizard's Mountain, the northern end of town houses the library.
Right, just updating my map again. Can I go left from here? I don't believe so. It's just literally an in-between north-south between two squares. I'll redo my map at the first time that the wizard returns.
The trees edge the northern end of town. This house belongs to either a well-to-do family or to several poorer ones. This house, once the pride, there's no way in through the walls. The note says, due to a decline in literate members, this library is closed indefinitely.
Dang.
You can read, but that won't convince the door. There's no way in through the walls. Whoever boarded it up did an admirable job.
Maybe we can break that down somehow.
The door is boarded up. There's a note pinned up beside it.
Okay. So now that I've wasted a whole bunch of time, let's check out this screen.
As you take in the beautiful countryside, you find it strange that it could be home to that tyrant.
Yeah, okay, if I go left now, that should take me back to the path. The path leading up. Good. That makes sense. There's just this one little in-between screen below us.
As you take in the beautiful countryside, The trees seem to follow the river on its way to the sea. You splash some water on your face. The grass is more exciting to watch alive. Unclimbable and unpocketable. Only in memory can you take its repose. Only in memory. You see a cave and a hill to the north.
That's where we were looking earlier. We heard a voice, and then we looked through the telescope and we saw someone in here.
As you take in the beauty, as you take, pretty birds flit from tree to tree.
Got us. And don't ask me how I know, Buzz. I'm pretty sure there's going to be an oracle inside there.
The only way in is through.
All right, let's do it.
It was to be expected that a spider of this size wouldn't just live off flies.
I was expecting something larger. I forgot to save.
You look. Leave.
Let's grab that. I'll check out these two rooms once I've got the coin purse. I don't believe there's any point going in now, so I can just go north here. Or can I? I've got to go through that little path on the right-hand side. Grab the cup of ocean water.
Try a. You.
And we should be back now to where we were. So the corner is up on the top right there. There is nothing at that location. I don't believe there's anything we can do here yet. Oh, that looks gorgeous. Wow. I don't believe I can go north. Trying, but it's not letting me.
This is a pleasant area. This
waterfall.
A waterfall cascades from the snowless mountain, evidence that Manannan occasionally has good moods.
Are we implying that Manannan can control the weather? Or is that just a narrator trying to make a joke? What the fuck are you?
It looks like a rare blue-skinned Shapirian frog.
Are you friendly?
You have no desire to suck blue frog. The blue frog looks quite happy relaxing in the pool. Leave him be.
That is utterly bizarre. Okay, random Easter egg. What about the banks of the river?
A rushing stream flows along the forest floor.
Do we have any mud here?
A waterfall. You know that mountain too well. The flowers are pretty, but otherwise uninteresting. Boulders abound in this part of the forest. Despite your closeness to the mountain, you have a sense of peace among these trees. Despite, you could do with a shower. A rush. Will all the water in this stream not wash the toil from your hands?
I want to say that's Shakespeare or something, but I'm not that literate. The spoon.
You can't.
Alright, so we're not picking up mud here.
This part of the forest feels tranquil. Such a rare sensation. They would clash with your dirty, tattered look.
Just updating my map. I assume I can't go north here. If I try going north, I'm going to fall down and die. Or nice.
Pretty birds flit from tree to tree. Pretty birds. A huge tree stands at the edge of the desert, sharing its shade with the boulder beneath. This would seem an average boulder, except for the hole at the top.
That's new.
The hole is deep, much longer than your arm. There appears to be a glass bottle at the bottom.
Yes, please.
Try as you might, you cannot reach the bottle.
I had a feeling that would happen. Okay, let me just make a note of that.
A huge tree. You can't. You.
Alright, we'll need to come back for that.
A huge tree. It's too big for a casual shimmy. Work out some more. A few centuries ought to do it. You'd never think to spoil this environment. Work out. Nature wanted it there. Who are you to argue? You have enough pores. The cactus signposts the desert beyond.
I assume I can't go north here.
The dry, sandy expanse stretches far and wide. This is a pleasant area, even in the shadow of Manannan's mountain. This is in the battle for soil supremacy, this tree lost. Small trees grow perilously close to the desert's edge. You see stray boulders from the mountain lying around. This is a
We're not going north. Okay, if I go south, that'll take me somewhere new.
Days, they're all the same. I have no plans. My life's a shame. I'm soon a man, little I know. Should I care? I've nothing to show. Youth spent crying.
There's so many comments I can make right now, but I don't want to upset anyone.
Pain throbs to my chores, replacing toys. What are they for? Can I feel joy? I've never heard the sounds of cheers. Only the birds see tears falling.
What is this, like a bard?
The perplexed bard is composing some poetry. A large tree grows near the southern part of the clearing. A vast desert stretches out to the west. A small cactus grows at the edge of the desert.
Well, I wonder if I can grab that.
It's a water pitcher full to the brim. Several small bushes grow. The forest in. This is the foot of the mountain where you and the wizard live.
Home. Is there a place I'm meant to be? Where there's a face I want to see? Then I would leave this past behind. No more reprieve. Through with hiding.
Let's make a save and see if we can have a chat to him. Actually, let's see if we can pickpocket him first.
His lines might be depressing, even close to home, but take it easy.
Why does the end not come to me? I'll try again.
It's all a bit emo for my liking, dude.
Greetings. That's an interesting poem.
Thank you. I wrote it myself. It's not finished, though.
What is it about?
It speaks of a young man longing for a better life,
Naturally.
just as I long for the seductive murmur of an audience anticipating my every word. Say, are you busy?
Fairly. Have you always wanted to be a poet?
No. Before I left my hometown to cross the vast desert to this land, I wanted to be a dancer.
What happened?
I was excommunicated by a populace immune to talent.
I'm sorry to hear that.
No matter. Soon after, I heard the muse call. Bound to her beckoning, she has led me here.
Have you finished your composition?
Not yet. There's something missing, though I can't put my finger on it. What do you think?
Well, the words have lyrical quality, broadly speaking.
Lyrical? That's it. Music! These words would ring all the truer were they sung. Ah, but alas, I have no instrument. Days, they're all the...
Neither do I, sir.
The bard seems to be rather distracted by his inability to complete his composition.
So I'm thinking we need to grab the water pitcher, possibly give him an instrument and then grab it, but given that there's water inside the wizard's house, that doesn't make a lot of sense.
You stretch your arms out to the open space. It feels good to be out of that house. You can't spend all day trying to pick up birds.
No thank you, game.
There's nothing up there you need.
I'll grab that.
Please, don't touch that. It is my only means of returning through the desert. Not that I would choose to do so again. Even if open arms were to herald my arrival, I doubt I would know my way back.
You trekked through the desert with only a pitcher of water?
It is no mere pitcher. It is enchanted. Pain.
Hello.
The bard seems awfully protective of his water pitcher.
Your pitcher intrigues me. What does it do?
What do you think it does? Produces water.
From thin air.
Of course. Enough for a dozen men at a time.
Zounds!
You saying a dozen men makes me think that we're going to need that for the ship.
How does your pitcher work?
You only have to say the word written inside at the bottom.
What word is that?
You could read it for yourself. Were it your business to.
It says fill, doesn't it?
It's a water pitcher. It's
Home.
the bard. You're not sure you could drink it all, especially when all is immeasurable. The bard seems to...
Alright, we're not going to find out just yet. We need to find a musical instrument perhaps, give it to him and grab his water pitcher. But this is sort of implying that we either need that for the ship, that was my immediate thought, or that maybe we need to go into the desert with it. Maybe that's a thing.
Ouch! Ouch!
Okay, we cannot grab the cactus. Let's go to the right. That should lead me to the path.
Why does the end?
Not now, dude. Yes, okay, that all lines up with my map. So south is going to lead us towards the rogues. Let me confirm that this takes me to the town proper. Good. So hopefully I can go west here and not get ambushed. And I suspect this is our oak tree.
You look up into the towering oak tree. You can only see large spreading branches and thick leaves. Looking down, you see a small hole between the tree's large roots.
Do I have to transform into a fly to get 5 points?
The acorns surround the old oak tree and crunch under your step. You pick and poke among the fallen acorns looking for dried ones. You don't find any. These are all newly fallen.
Oh boy.
Your attempt... You pick and poke among the fallen acorns looking for dried ones. You eventually find 3 dried acorns and take them with you.
I've got thoughts about that, I really do. Mostly unpleasant, horrible thoughts involving swearing.
The 3 acorns are dried and brittle.
Okay, what else we got?
Your attempts to relocate the local flora are unsuccessful. The beautiful trees of the forest to the east grow sparse as they reach the edge of the great desert to the west. You do notice one particularly large oak tree.
What a fine oak.
There are various other trees growing here besides the oak dominating the area. You see
Dude, it's flying fast.
rocks rest all around. You bend down and look into the small hole. It's too dark inside to see anything.
I wonder if they changed the mechanics here.
The flowers are pretty uninteresting.
We'll find out in just a moment.
Their roots keep the bushes firmly in place. You don't need to make yourself pretty.
Why not, game?
They're of no use to you. You try to climb the huge oak tree, but cannot find a good handhold. You slip back, and all you gain for your efforts are splinters. If only there were another way.
Indeed. What about this hole?
Your
Oh, hell.
After recovering from a whack on the head at the hands of the bandits, you stand unsteadily. Taking stock of your holdings, you discover that you've been robbed.
Potentially perfect timing. Find out in just a sec.
You don't want to go reaching into holes when you have no idea what's inside. For all you know, that tree could be filled with ants.
Okay, never mind. And not reaching into that hole today.
The trunk is home to a fair few bees.
Picket fence. If I go to the right, we should run into the bear's house. Like so.
The forest runs north between mountain and desert. This is the southwestern corner of the forest. You see a small cottage to the east and the desert to the west.
So not counting the ocean and the little weird screen in the middle with the library, this looks like a 4x4 map, which is very similar to how it looked in the EGA version. It just looped around on itself.
Several bushes and several bush. The trunk is a small. That would be inviting trouble. Nothing. It would take nothing hidden in there. It would take time to inspect them all. Very bad idea. Someone took the trouble to border off Llewdor from the wild southern plains. Besides, how useful could a picket be?
Okay. Let's check out the desert. I'm not lost yet.
The sand stretches ever westward as far as your eye can see. The trees must have germinated during an unseasonable wet spell. Cacti are common in deserts, and these are no exception. The rocks form an impassable passage which successfully obstructs yours.
Okay, let's go north.
A snake has shed its skin and left it in the desert sun.
I'll take that.
You retrieve the dried snake skin from the hot desert sand. It's delicate and could easily crumble. The dry, thin snake skin is extremely fragile. The 3 acorns are dry and brittle. Leave burying acorns to the squirrels or their ancestors.
Yeah, we haven't seen any squirrels yet. Lots of birds, but no squirrels.
Better keep your hands off it. It'll crumble to pieces if you're careless with it.
If I go to the right, that should take me to the oak tree.
The sand stretches ever. The remains of an animal lie half buried in the sand.
That red eye.
The lizard lies lazily in the sweltering heat.
Not sure how visible it is, but it's got a very red eye.
If you've seen one rock, you've seen them all. Cacti. If you've seen the tree. Cacti. Ouch. You scoop up a small handful of sand.
Ooh. Also, second ooh, I just see the timer has turned yellow up top, so I need to get back pronto.
It's a few pounds short of a good meal.
Let me go north first, though. I assume this desert sand is also illegal?
You're carrying a handful of sand from the desert.
Absolutely.
There's nothing you can do with a handful of sand right now.
Right.
In the distance, you see a range of impassable cliffs. If you've seen one, the desert tree has managed to thrive under the scorching heat. This cactus is of a spineless variety.
Interesting.
Cacti.
Yes.
The greenish-gray cactus is small, plump, and fleshy. You squeeze the cactus a bit. There seems to be liquid inside.
Alright, so let me make a save. Let me confirm I can't go north. Oh shit. Alright, so let's spend some time here and get ourselves killed. If I go to the west, do I get lost here? Yep.
There is naught but sand for many miles in this direction. You think it wise not to wander too far afield.
It's not instant death, okay. What about these snakes? Are you friendly? Well, they're not murdering me immediately, so that's a positive sign, I guess. What is this?
The sun seems to beat down harder here. The cliffs rise higher than the sun permits you to see. An ancient door has been set into the cliff face. You don't see that every day. Your eyes adjust to the dark as you struggle to breathe the putrid air.
What is this place?
This music.
This lair feels even more inhospitable than your own. A sickly green glow pours from a wide pit, beyond which alcoves lie in darkness. A smooth stone sits on an altar-like pillar.
The teleportation stone, maybe?
This lair, a gooey substance forms and drips from the overhanging stalactites.
Are we Space Quest 1 now? No, it's dripping down here.
This lair, you peer into the glowing pit. Your head begins to spin, and you feel compelled to step closer to the eerie light. Shaking yourself out of it, you wisely refrain from glancing at it directly. You keep your eyes averted from the pulsing light. This lair feels It feels neither hot nor cold, and certainly not natural.
I'm sorry about all the clicking, it's just a natural response.
You're not sure that's clean moisture collecting up there.
Can I walk around here? Uh-oh.
Who comes to my den?
Okay, I know who you are.
Just a man.
Man? I have known many called man. All wretched, all deceitful. Now, all stone. As a man, you are not capable of honesty, of truth.
But I am.
As a man, you exist only to break a woman's heart. Shallowness and fear are your bane. Come closer, and I will destroy you.
Sure thing. She's not entirely wrong.
In the dark recess, the victims of their own shallowness stand in stony silence. In the dark recess, a perfectly smooth, uniquely colored stone sits upon a natural pedestal.
Is it made of amber?
This lair, watched under Smaude's stone-cold glare, you feel that would probably not be a good idea.
I'm sorry, her name is Smaude. Really?
In the shadows, you see the outline of a woman. Snakes perform a contorted dance from her head. You shiver as you watch them twist and hiss to the sound of your breathing.
You can call her Medusa, it's fine, you will not get sued. Alright, so I think I know what I have to do with you.
She's had a taste of her own medicine. She's harmless now. Anything you wanted to say should have been said.
Yeah, I'm going to die here because I'm going to run out of time, but let me just load very quickly. Is it going to switch to red? No, it's on the 15-minute mark. Let's just load that super quickly. I have the cactus. Yes. Medusa's lair is up here.
Your eye.
What is...
Hopefully I can use the magic map to get back. That's a really cool effect.
If you would look upon me, foolish boy, then reveal your true self.
How?
Hear me in earnest, and respond in kind. A blind man asks you to describe the sunset.
Oh, Jesus. This makes me think that using the mirror is not the correct answer. It's one of the bottom two, but I'm not sure which. He's not going to know about colors, so I think the right answer is this one.
A poor girl offers to sell you a rotten apple from her basket. A harem slave asks for help. Her master will beat her once he learns of her escape. She offers her services. An old man who reeks of the world's worst stenches asks for shelter.
I assume we're being tested for compassion here.
After many years of correspondence with the lady, you propose. Upon meeting her in person, she is far less attractive than she described.
I completely forgot to look at the about to see what year was this. But yeah, 2011. We've all been there. Claim this is your 15th engagement. Come on. Yeah, it's that one, very clearly. Are we dead?
You are not repelled by me. You are not transformed.
Oh,
The
shit.
enchantment is broken. Forgive me. I have been too hasty in appraising you. It would seem that I possess something of the hard-heartedness I accused you of having.
Considering my predecessors, I think your opinion was understandable.
How can I thank you?
I'm not sure how, but I've got a bunch of stuff that I want to try out. Firstly, I need to see how we die.
Your eyes.
What?
Keeping.
Yeah, honestly, that's not hard. We're just being tested for compassion, very clearly.
Just...
I'm kind of shocked, though, that they changed this. Well, okay, after playing King's Quest II, I'm not shocked by anything, but they turned Medusa into an actual character.
You feel a strange sensation overcoming your body. You feel a sharp pain as your limbs begin to stiffen. Hey, looks aren't everything.
Indeed, they're not. Okay, so we're at 35 points. We're also at 35 points after we have transformed her back into a human.
The woman's true form is one of beauty in every sense. She might want to clean herself up a bit before accepting a dance.
I'm not sure what we need from her, though.
Please, there must be something I can do, or offer you perhaps.
If it would please you, I would have this unique stone.
It would, though I am loath to ask. I would have you first do a favor for me.
I'm listening.
Certainly.
I have all but forgotten my own appearance.
The mirror.
And I should dare not enter the town again until I am made more gentle to the eye.
Assuredly, you would make not even the most dazzling sunrise more attractive to the senses.
I thank thee for the compliment. However, I still desire a means to appraise myself. I have none, for once transformed into a gorgon, all were destroyed in my terrible rage. Bring me a looking glass, and I will gladly grant you the stone.
I will do as you ask, my lady.
We'll do it right now. I do wonder if there's something else we can potentially get from her.
I am most grateful to you. You may have the stone if that is your will.
Thank you, my lady.
We don't know why we need it yet, but we need it. The mirror shattered when we used it on her, so that makes a lot of sense, I guess. Anything else?
I am most grateful to you. I am most...
Okay, let's grab that. I assume that's our amber teleportation stone.
You take the smooth stone.
39 points. I'll check that in just a sec.
The stone is smooth, round, and an unusual color, somewhat like that of amber.
Indeed.
While you suspect the stone to be magical in nature, it does not react to your touch in any way.
Not yet. Later, perhaps.
This stone is most unique. Would you tell me something of it?
It was my bane.
I do not understand.
Through my own pride and folly, I have suffered its power.
The stone caused your transformation?
Yes, I looked as I did because I desired to be more beautiful than any woman. The stone was said to be the work of the ancients, with the ability to grant one the gift of eternal beauty. However, my vanity tainted its power and I became hideous. Save yourself, none could look upon me without being turned to stone. My solitude nearly destroyed me.
I take it then that you were of magical persuasion?
It is a gift passed down from generation to generation in my family. We took pride that our line could be traced back to the first mages.
Is Manannan such a person? Does he share such a link to them?
Manannan? Who is he?
Correct response.
You do not know? How long have you been down here?
I am not sure. I secluded myself in this cave around the time the Port Bruce dock was completed.
I believe that was almost a century ago.
Has it truly been that long? I shall find it strange, venturing again to the town.
Perhaps not. Something tells me it hasn't changed all that much.
I am most grateful to you. May the stone serve you better than it served me. I am most grateful to you.
Do we have enough time to get back? I'm not sure. So 39 points. Let's just grab that. I doubt we're going to get 4 points for this.
You take...
Yeah, we get 3 additional points for saving her. As well as, you know, a warm fuzzy feeling that we're doing the right thing.
Farewell, my lady.
Farewell, good sir. Yet before we part, I wish to make mention of something I have sensed in your aura. Whatever wretched life you have thus far lived, I feel a great change encroaching upon you soon. For good or ill, I know not. Heed well my advice. Beware those who would offer help, particularly if such should bear a price.
I thank you, my lady.
Something something pirates. Let's check out the map. Can we see anything on the map?
You pull out your magic map.
Wow. I don't know if time's passing or not, but we've got Manannan's place, Spider Cave, the town, the Three Bears house, and I've forgotten what her name was. All I know is I saw it and I laughed. What was her name, chat? Oh, this is terrible. What was her name?
A perfectly...
I have to go back here and try grabbing us. That's a really cool effect for the map.
Your eye...
We actually don't learn her name at all. It's just spoken of in the dialogue here.
Watched under Smaud stone...
Smaud. Hopefully the magic map can be used an unlimited number of times. Right, so we've already put the magic wand back in the cabinets. Let's teleport up there.
You pull... You feel a strange pulling sensation.
It is possible to fall.
Watch your step.
Oh, Cassian. Let's try that again, shall we? The path further down was fine. I just need to be a bit careful on this one. I need to go upstairs now and hide our stuff. I'm not sure if Mananan is going to ask for food or not. Hopefully not, because he's only been gone about 13-14 minutes. Let's just hide all.
You get on your...
And then pull out legal stuff. There's really not that much there. Yep, there we go, just like that. Can't look at the timer, unfortunately, other than, you know, just staring at it with my eyes. Alright, first trip to Llewdor is done. I feel like we accomplished a fair bit. I've mapped out the basic 5x4 map, or 5x4 plus 1. The biggest issue I've got at the moment is I don't know how to get down to the wizard's lab. Whether such a thing still exists or not, or whether I'm missing something in his study. I suspect it's related to those two boxes on top of the bookshelves. Hopefully nothing goes wrong when he turns up again. Like he doesn't go, oh, my key's missing, or oh, my mirror's missing, or oh, you left my wardrobe open or something.
Unfortunately, you are too short to reach the boxes.
That's got to be a thing.
2 boxes rest on top of the bookshelves.
That's got to be a thing. So at this point, I suppose I could sleep for a minute or two, but he's going to rock up any second now.